So I'm probably a couple of days in posting this, but one of the things I wanted to do was talk about 9/11. It'd been 13 years since the September 11th attacks, and a couple of things started to jump out at me. Um, and this is not stuff you're going to find on the news or anything like that, but I was looking for occult significance, numbers, numerology, astrological, Kabbalistic things that perhaps drove such a huge world-scale ritual. And just looking at my tarot deck and just took out some cards of the major arcana. There's a few cards that we could discuss, but for now I'll just make a short video and just discuss two of them. One of them, let's just make it obvious, is card number 9 of the major arcana, which is the Hermit. If you can see, there it is. There's the Hermit. So if you can see it, the Hermit is the cloaked figure which has the illuminated lantern with the 6-pointed hexagram in it, and another name for that is some people think of that as the Star of David. The Seal of Solomon is probably going to be the name we're going to refer to it here. It has a lot more significance on this date and in this type of world event. So it is the Seal of Solomon that we'll be referring to, and this is going to, refer to some things, like masonry and stuff like that. And the other card, at least for now, was the Justice card. And there it is. So the Justice card right there. That's card number 11. And so there you've got card number 9 and you've got card number 11. But so you've got the Hermit and you've got Justice. So what does that mean? I was poking around with it and I thought, okay, in order for me to even get my head around this, or to do anything to understand, nothing seems to be adding up in the mainstream media, as it seldom does. So I think digging into the hermetic underpinnings of such an event might be the start of actually opening up, have an idea of what the heck actually went on that day. And make no mistake about it, it was a ritual. It was definitely an occult ritual. So the Justice card, let's just say, I don't know, I was still not convinced that made sense, but 11, 1 and 1, can also be connoted as, just in Roman numerals, the 2 card, which in this case would be the High Priestess card, I hope. I think you can see it a little better now. So the High Priestess card, with the 2 pillars beside her, Yakin and Boaz, the black and white pillars, that's the Twin Towers. And you've got, there's a number of symbols on that card that maybe I could get an insert or something like that, because I'm filming at night and the camera doesn't pick it up that great if I'm sitting next to a light source, which I am. But there's even 2 sort of, chevrons that look an awful lot like red planes kind of on her, neck attire here. And there's also, I won't go into the symbolism of that card, but it's a significant card. So I thought, okay, High Priestess, that's sort of interesting too, the symbolism. But then I just started looking at the numbers themselves on the cards, and just the way that they're written in Roman numerals. And I got this. I'm going to bring up my whiteboard, and card number 9, is in Roman numerals is 1x, which is, that. And then card number 11 is the exact opposite, x1. Okay? 1x, x1. Fair enough? Now I just put those things together. 1, x, and I just put them right together. And x1. And I get this interesting shape right here. So, if you know anything about masonry, that's already fairly significant. You've got pillar number 1, you've got pillar number 2, and I drew them quickly, so I drew them uneven. And it's actually true that the two twin towers weren't exactly the same height. That one was actually a little different in height than the other. And I've heard that that has something to do with the Rockefeller twins not being exactly the same height. But I don't know. Maybe look it up. I'll believe anything now. But look at the symbol in the middle, and the symbol in the middle there, pretty much is there's, it's also a hexagram with the arms removed, right? So right there's that Hermetic 9, right? But also, it's the compass and square of Masonry, right? So you've got, here you've got, the square, and you've got the compass above it, which in itself is a form of as above, so below, the seal of Solomon, which is real. Actually, I'm going to draw the hexagram so you can see it's two triangles. It's the triangle that's pointing upward, which is a male symbol, and then it's the triangle pointing downwards, which is kind of a female symbol. So there you go. There's as above, so below, the compass and the square, the squaring of the circle, all sorts of things. But that seal of Solomon is really important, because what else fell on that day of September 11th was Building 7, right? So Building 7, the name of that was called Solomon Building? Something like that. So you've got the Twin Towers, and you've got the Solomon Building? That seems more than just coincidental. And the more I look into that, as above, so below, that calls into mind a lot of really interesting astrological and Kabbalistic underpinnings that I've watched some videos on, and there's some fairly compelling evidence. I'm going to do a more detailed video. I'm going to do a few of these videos, I think. That's just a short one. That was just something that jumped out at me immediately from the tarot cards, and if I can formulate a way of wording this maybe into another couple of videos, I just might. So stay tuned. I think that may be where I'll leave it for now.